Hello, 8th grade. Miss you guys. Hope everything's going well. I have an idea for a project that I think would work well for what we've been doing. It's kind of a little bit of a throwback to the foundations unit where we did the portraits last year. Again, we concentrated on two things: value or shading, and then proportion. I'd like us to kind of continue that, but we've done a lot of projects since then that have had kind of an emotional aspect or an individualized or stylized choice-based aspect, which I'd like you to incorporate. So this is called the expressive portrait. I mean, portraits or faces are expressive and emotional by nature, by appearance. Whether they're photorealistic or cartoony, they kind of can show some type of emotion, exaggerated or normal. And of course, the value, the tints and shades, whether it be achromatic, black and white, or some kind of color scheme, as you remember from the color theory unit, that's going to add to it. So I did an example. It's kind of bigger. And it's a girl's portrait. As you see, the eyes are kind of exaggerated. They're bigger than normal. The rest of the proportions are spatially accurate, but again, the eyes, the concentration was are bigger. This is done actually in acrylic. As you see here, there's the acrylic paint is mixed with some water while it's black. So don't be afraid to be experimental. You can do that with tempera paint, obviously watercolor. You can even do it with charcoal and markers and stuff like that. So this is has several different colors and expresses emotion. It's not super realistic. I mean, there's birds in her hair and flowers in her hair, but it's definitely atmospheric, and that's a good example for kind of what we're doing right now. So for the 8th grade, the next project I would like you to work on is an expressive portrait. We did portraits in the beginning of 7th grade. This is a little bit different, but I can tell you as you're building your portfolio, there's a reason that besides landscapes and still life, that portraiture is very, very common in artist subject matter. And so it's also good to look at as far as, getting practice for the basic proportions. Because if you can draw the proportions of a face, it can help you to draw proportions accurately in other areas, as we saw when we went from the portrait last year to the still life. So the next project is called the expressive portrait. Use whatever materials are available, from cardboard to watercolor paper, to crowns, to regular pencil. It doesn't have to be color, because black and white definitely, achromatic schemes definitely can be emotional. But do something that's kind of fun. The subject matter, the person that we're doing the portrait of, the color scheme or lack of color scheme, and the size, and definitely the style that you do. But I want it to be like a portrait that kind of, again, shows emotion, kind of like the lighthouse, the monochromatic and warm color and cool color lighthouses showed atmosphere. A portrait can definitely do that. So I think this would be a good time to try something like that. So hope to see you guys soon, and contact me through the Google Classroom if there's any questions, or just want to say hi. All right, see you guys.